today, but Will and I forgot what I was going to say. What was we saying, Will?
They turned out recording on it.
Yeah, I did tell him to do that. I don't even remember what I was saying, but that's okay. It'll come back to me. By the way, I do make up words every now and then, so for my analytical folks where you're like, that's not a word, just know that if you understand what I meant, that's what I meant, okay? All right, so anyways, guys, I'm so excited. Today, what I'm going to show you, this is exactly what you're going to see. I'm going to show you exactly how to increase those coins in contacts. Who likes that?
Yeah.
Coins in contacts, yes. And convert more leads online without having to beg your family and your friends. Honey, who is all about not having to beg people and go buy from us in the first place anyway, right? Right? And spending thousands of hours trying to figure out marketing techniques. Now, what I'm going to do for everybody, how many of y'all like free?
Yeah.
Okay, we love free 99. Okay, so I'm going to do something at the end of my presentation. Just make sure you have your cell phones out and ready to text me. Okay, I'm going to give you a special number, but I'm going to give it afterwards because I don't want you to miss anything that we're going to talk about in this few minutes that I have with you guys, okay? So, first thing, turn off your cell phones. Psych, don't do that. Yeah, I don't even know why I put that up here. But turn off your Facebook, though. Do that. Turn off your Twitter and your Instagram, unless you're taking a picture of me and you want to post it, because I do like that, okay? So you can't, only if you're posting pictures of me, that's the only reason why. Also, if you're a small business owner and you are serious about getting better results, standing out in marketing techniques, the next 30 minutes is going to change your life. All right? Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay, so a little bit about myself. Isn't that cute, my little? Yeah, right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so addicted to myself. Who's addicted to themselves, right? I'm telling you, when I see pictures of myself, I say, thank you, Jesus. I graduated from the amazing, prestigious university, Hampton University. All right. I know we got these Aggies here. I'm not even going to get into that. That's another conversation. Spent the last 15 years trying to learn how to build my business. How many of y'all have spent a lot of time being unsuccessful building your business, right? A lot of time, right? I spent a lot of years, in fact, it was about 10 years unsuccessfully trying to build a business. The last 5 years is when it all clicked for me. Also, guys, top-selling 9-time self-published author. Woo woo! Soon to be 11, I have 2 books that are coming out. One is titled The MLM Book, Women's Edition, and then the other one is The MLM Book, what? There you go. I couldn't leave my fellas out. Also been featured on CBS, NBC, Fox News. More than 115 students that have enrolled into my online university that I launched last year. Let's give it up for that, because that's my baby. Yes, honey. Went from foreclosure to 6 figures in 6 months through an incredible industry of home-based business. So I also was in that industry as well. And I also like to add just a couple of other things. I lost my parents at a very young age. My mother at 11 years old. I lost my father at about 25, both through addictions. My mother passed through cirrhosis of the liver, and my father, he passed away from lung cancer. But that wasn't really what put me into depression. But I think it's so important that I talk about that. That's why I wrote a book about depression. They say by 2020 will be the top 3rd cause of death. As entrepreneurs, I know we go through it. And I know also as entrepreneurs, we don't like to talk about it. Because we feel like if I tell people I'm going through depression, they won't want to buy from me, especially my coaches. But let me tell you something. Everybody in here has been through it in some way, shape, form, or another. Some of us have just been a little bit more severe. And so I talk about it, and I make sure any opportunity that I can get to speak in front of people about this horrible, horrible, horrible sickness, I make sure to do so, okay? All right, so this is what we're going to do right now. This is kind of a new presentation, so I'm going to read a little bit. That's cool? All right. So first of all, what if you could be able to increase your coins and contacts and convert more leads than you ever needed? You never have to worry about, again, begging your family or friends, right, to be able to get your business going to the next level. How about when you really know how to do this, you're converting more people online over and over and over. What did I say? 20 plus people per day without having to talk to. Now, how many of y'all been in one of the businesses where they tell you, if somebody come within 3 feet of you, you need to, talk to them. Now, I was a pretty good recruiter in the industry of network marketing, and I never did the 3-foot rule. I know people are like, huh? Yeah, I recruited like over 150 people in one company and then another 100 plus in another company. Majority of most people came to me through social media. And it wasn't because I was necessarily doing any kind of special marketing tricks and paper marketing and things like that. It's just I learned how to leverage social media in a way that people would come to me. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so here's a couple of my books. I like to flash my books around. It's funny though, that book that's like really, really dark to the bottom left, that was actually my very first book. You can't find that anywhere online. I spent $6,000 to learn how to write that book. It's a public domain book written by P.T. Barnum. And what I did, when you have a public domain, you can actually take all the content, you can like republish it, and you can add your own stuff to it, and that's basically what I did, as long as you get the credits to who wrote it. And so then my first book was A Vision of Freedom, but I spent $6,000 to make an ugly book. But that's okay. It's okay. Here's some pictures of me holding checks with the last company that I was with. One of the top single female earners. You know what? I gotta stop saying that. I stopped saying single female because in network marketing we teach you all about affirmations and affirming the people, like affirm your future wife. And I swear to God, I used to get calls and all types of stuff. So I don't say I'm a single female. I just say I'm a female in the industry of home-based business. And so I was able to be some of the top income earners. This is me speaking in front of about 2,000 people when I had first hit one of our top leader positions, and I was actually at a Super Saturday and educating individuals. This is me right here. You see that suit? Look, y'all see the suit? You got to respond now. That suit was bad. I'm telling you, honey. I was out there with my custom shiny suit on, and I had this little necktie with the rhinestones on it. I promise you, came back to the next conference, and the ladies was wearing the neckties. I said, that's when you know you're impacting lives. Yeah. But what was really, really, exciting about this particular event, this is midway through the audience. So there's another portion up front. And at that event, I had the opportunity to fly my grandma in to see me speak. My grandma is originally from Conway, South Carolina. Anybody know anybody from that area? Everybody there is my cousin. And it's crazy. But yeah, South Carolina, her as well as my stepmom, I had a chance to fly her out. And my family never saw what I did. Like my family never knew what I did. Right? My grandma just running around telling everybody, look, Taurea's a millionaire. She don't know what I do. But it was so nice to be able to fly her out, to let her see me do my thing. Yeah. Honey, she was so inspired. She done got out and outside and was calling everybody. These chillins in here is making money. And the men, they got on suits. Yeah. She was, Taurea, you gonna date one of them men? Trying to hook me up with them men. But she got so inspired, and it inspired me so much. My grandma has since then passed on. But it was just an incredible opportunity for me, and I'll never, ever forget that. The Show Your Success workshop, and that's actually how I met James. I was here in Greensboro, North Carolina a couple of weeks ago. But since I first started, I started off doing my first one in Atlanta, and then I went to Houston last year. It's funny though, because what my story about the workshop is last year, when I started, I had a goal to do one every month. And unfortunately, I allowed the thoughts and the opinions of other people to affect me. And so I stopped pushing through and doing my workshops. It was a bad situation for me to allow other people to do that. But at the beginning of this year, I said, you know what, Taurea, I know what it is that I have is golden, and I'm not going to allow anybody to stop me from walking in my purpose. And so since then, we've been all over the United States. We haven't gotten all the way to the West Coast, but guys, give it up for that. The Show Your Success workshop is my baby, honey, and we are on the road. So this is a couple of testimonies. Dr. Jasmine Zapata, she's all the way in Wisconsin, met her through social media. She actually became one of my students and never even met her. I just woke up one day and I said, boop, new student. I said, well, right then. Right, she saw me on Periscope, honey. Periscope be making them coins. And since then, she's been able to do some tremendous things. She's used some of the techniques that we teach to be able to build her followers. As you can see, went up to 1,000 followers. She's been now in the newspaper, leveraging her social media skills. She's been interviewed. People are asking her to coach. This is James and Natasha Roach. They're kind of like, I think they're competing with me, I swear to God, because when they got in System Master, they didn't have a book. And now, about a year and some change later, they have about 10 books. They got an online magazine. As you can see, their statistics, 50% consecutive increase in attendance at events, 35% increase in social media followers, 500% increase in engagement with their online magazine. So I just want you guys to know that everybody's results will be different, right? So I don't always like to necessarily say you're guaranteed success. In fact, if anybody gets in front of you and ever tells you that if you just follow these steps, you're guaranteed, just kind of do one of these numbers, because nothing in life is guaranteed. But I can tell you this, I guarantee you that to have success, it's going to take work. Everybody say hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work. I think it's so disrespectful. And speakers, y'all can agree with me if you think so. I think it's so disrespectful when somebody says or asks you, how long is it going to take for me to get to that level? The reason why is because you're basically asking based off of my experience. And that means you're comparing yourself to me. And you can't compare yourself to me because God made me an original. And he gave me my journey. And so you should never ask how long should it take or will it take. You just say, what do I need to do? Because if you really, really want to have success on social media, honey, what you got to learn how to do is just give it your all. If it takes you a while, I told you 10 years of being unsuccessful, then I went through that whole, because, back then we didn't have Facebook, right? We had, MySpace, and that wasn't really leveraging social media, or I don't even think they called that really social media then, right? And so then I went through the years of being on Facebook, messaging people, hey, check out my company. Y'all know who does that. Keep it real, right? Somebody requests you, and you accept them, hey, and then you send them a whole book. And you see that, and now you can see on Facebook when they read it, you're like, oh, they just not gonna reply. That'll piss you off, right? I'm telling you. So, my secret, how you can make more money in a week by using marketing vehicles than in a month, talking to hundreds of people. First of all, it's all about how to increase your sales more by double and not having to talk to 20 plus. Many small business owners think that the best way to make sales is to talk to hundreds of people per day. How many of y'all have been told more? It is a numbers game. It's a number game. Yep. We go talk to 100 people a day. But my thing is this, how can you truly follow up with all those people you just talked to? The follow-up game got to be strong. Like, you need to have some telemarketers working for you and everything, right? It's very difficult to go speak to that. I remember in my home-based business, like, people would leave conventions, because, when you leave a convention, you're fired up. They're like, I'm talking to 20 people a day. No, you're not. Because please break it down for me how you're going to follow up with all of those people you're following up with. Business is all about relationships, right? That's why social media is so incredible, because just like James said, there are people I have never met, but they know me. They'll come up to me, hey, where's Crown? At the house, right? That's my dog, right? Or, I was at church the other day, and the young lady, and I love when people do that. I hate, when some people are kind of like, well, I don't want to bother her. No, because y'all don't know what that does for me. Yeah. But when somebody reaches out, it takes humility to do that. And I was at church the other day, and the young lady was sitting behind me, and we were at church in the praise zone, and at the end she said, you know what? Hey, my name is something, and I noticed names a lot. And she was like, I've been following you. I was like, oh man. She's like, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. And that just did something to me. Because as I told you, I lost my parents. My grandma's gone. I don't have any kids yet. It's just being Crown, right? Just running around the house being Crown. And so when people do that, it impacts me in ways most people could never imagine. But you can make more money in a week using marketing vehicles than in a month talking to hundreds. What do I mean? First of all, this is what you're going to want to write down. First of all, social media should be used as a tool to convert your followers to be opted-in prospects. What do I mean by that? Well, what most people do is they use their social media to just promote themselves. Really their products or their services. They don't even really promote themselves. We don't even know who you are, right? And so your social media, what it should do is convert people over to your site or your funnel or whatever it is to become an opted-in prospect. That means that they have subscribed to you, right? So if I was to, ask y'all, you don't have to raise your hand, but I just want you to think within, on your social media in the bio, do you have a link that redirects people to sign up for something? Everybody likes stuff for free. So offer somebody something for free. Well, Taurea, my company, you might be in a home-based business. My company doesn't have free stuff. You can make up stuff. You can make up an ebook. I would make up stuff on the spot. I was with my homegirl, and she was at this event speaking on the panel. I was like, what you giving away? She's like, huh, what? Wait a minute, what? I was like, girl, you better make up something. She was up there speaking about relationships. Now, she was there to try to sell her book, but most people, sometimes you got to be able to give them a little bit more. You know, people need to see at least 5 to 7 times sometimes before they buy a $20 book. Some people, not everybody. And so I said, well, what are you giving away for? I said, let's make up something. Let's do a 30-minute call, right? That only the people here can have exclusive access to on relationships. Man, she had I'm going to do the same thing with y'all, okay? But she collected so many contacts. Now, these are opted-in prospects because they have now subscribed to who? You. Isn't that genius? Because think about it. If you go to Instagram today and somebody hacks your Instagram, however many followers it is that you have, and they hack it, and you can't get in, did you or did you not just lose all of those followers? I see these, these celebrity Instagram people do it all the time. Hundreds and thousands, millions even, followers, and have no way to convert any of these people because hackers exist and they can shut you down. So that's what your social media should do for you. Social media should be used to edify the great things you do. If you did not take a picture of you here today, you need to. Especially if you're somebody that wants people to buy from you. They don't gotta know that this was a free event. Now, if you're a VIP, all day, I'm up here with the VIPs. That means I pay more. Because there's no way I'm gonna ask you to invest in me and I'm not willing to invest in myself. But when I'm at events, honey, any event I go to, I'm always in. And if I could get a good angle, like the most people, because they be like, well, where you at? Oh, I'm at this, entrepreneurship mastery event. Oh, man, yeah, we over here getting money. I'm so serious. Because this is the thing. People are attracted to that, too. They gonna feel left out. Well, dang, I didn't know about it. Well, that's why you need to get my free ebook. Right? So you should edify yourself. If you're out eating, people joke about the food pictures, but for some reason, people love to like food pictures. Yeah. If I'm drinking a little Jesus juice, I remember there used to be a time where I didn't want to show that I drunk Jesus juice. Y'all know that it's one. Right? Because I thought people would judge. But then I also realized that either you're going to love me or you just not. Yes. I don't really need it in between. I want you to know all of who Taurea is, right? Every now and then I might say, stuff like they piss me off. And some people, no, that's me. You understand what I'm saying? Be yourself. And if you're going to be yourself on a stage, if you're going to be yourself out there in the street, be yourself on social media. Now, I will say that I don't mean get on social media and share all your business. But people do want to see that part of you that makes you a real person. You know how many people subscribe to me now because I show that I drink a little wine every now and then? How many people subscribe to me because I show my dog Crown? Right? Dog lovers love me. They do. Oh my God, Crown, where's Crown? Like, those are the ones who typically ask where Crown is. And then the ones who like a little glass, they say, well, girl, you want to go to the bar and get a glass? Yes, I do. Where we go? Right? But these are the things. Look, another thing. I might get on there with no makeup. Yes. I did a post today with my hair. I have my hair pin curled up and the scarf on. People comment, you're so real. I love it. You're authentic. Yeah. That's it. And I'm just always going to be me. Don't try to get on it. But it's this one lady I know. And, I'm not gonna, y'all don't know her, but she's in Atlanta. And so it's like when she gets on social media, she becomes so square. Hello. Just want to welcome everybody to our live broadcast. She don't even talk like that because when she get off, she be like, girl. Anyways. And I feel like to me, what's going to happen is when a person gets a chance to meet her, they're going to be like, who are you? Exactly. So use it to edify you, to show people who you truly are. Great things happen for you, share it. Oh, I don't want to seem like I'm, trying to be cocky. Be cocky if that's what you call it. Show all the great things happening with your business. If you promoted somebody in your business, highlight them. Show them that this is what's going on over here. Instead of showing your product and your service all day long, because that's what some people do. They just post the product all day, post the service all day, not showing nobody advancing, not showing nobody losing weight, not showing nobody skin getting right, not showing none of that, but just showing that product all day long. Boop. Look over here. Boop. Look over there. Boop. Right? So learn to use it as an edification tool. Your website. Now, when you send somebody to your website, now what happens is your website should now convert people to become the prospects, right? So this is the thing. You have 9 seconds when somebody goes to your website to get them to buy. And for me, buying is coins or contacts. Right? Coins or what?
Contacts.
Buying is coins or contacts. And so I'm going to make sure that I'm funneling them the right way so when they go to my website, they're doing that. Now, I'm not going to go into website stuff today, but within your first 9 seconds. So typically that means some kind of pop-up or some kind of opt-in right on the first half of your site. Because if you don't have something right there saying, get this for free, they're going to click off. So your social media should do what? Convert people to what? Opted in prospects. Otherwise, they're just followers that can be lost. That's where the money is when they're subscribing. Well, Taurea, I don't have my own site. You need to get it. You're a business owner. Stop with the excuses. You can make money or you can make excuses. Can't make both. Well, I don't have a. Well, you know, you can find people online that'll do a website, one pager, if that's all you need for their logo. Say, I only got $50. I need something to capture people's information. You gotta have that, okay? So this right here, you can't really see too much of it, but these are some statistics with some of these social media profiles. And you know, I've heard some people saying, and this is the thing, this is just how I believe. I believe you need to have a presence on as many as you can. It doesn't mean you have to be active on them all, but I will hear some social media folks that will say, well, just only be on the ones where your target market is. For me, my target market is everywhere because even if my target market might not be necessarily on Facebook, well, that person knows someone who's my target market. So referrals come all the time. People follow me all the time. Hey, you need to follow this girl on Facebook. What if I'm not on Facebook? Now they can't find me. Because that's how they like to follow people. Or I'm following you on Periscope. Well, if I'm not on Periscope, then they can't find me. I might not be as actively engaged on them all, but at least there's a presence there. Yes, yes?
Yes.
So right here, what this says, it says 1.3 billion users on Facebook. On Twitter, I can't even read, 100 million users. 600 million users on LinkedIn. How many of you guys use LinkedIn? Do you know that the average income of a LinkedIn user is like $84,000? Yeah, because you know why? It's a lot of millionaires on LinkedIn. If you ever go somewhere, I always tell people to do these types of challenges, like, what's a really nice hotel here? Proximity? 5-star? 5-star, right?
Get the grand.
I bet you if you go in there and you ask the people that go in there, hey, are you on LinkedIn? They'll probably say yes. It's a lot of millionaires, CEOs. I mean, you wanna be able to connect with some of these CEOs of these top companies? I promise you they're on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn is the site for entrepreneurs if you know how to effectively use it, right? So these are all the ones. Google Plus, I mean, that makes sense because when you go look for something, what do? We Google it. So you might not be on there as much, but at least have a Google profile, right? At least have an Instagram profile. In fact, Instagram is the social media tool that I use the most. Because what I've done is I use different tools that basically when I post to Instagram, it goes to all my social media. So people think I'm on Facebook all day, but I'm not. So funny, they're like, did you see my post? No, because I don't do scrolling. Unless you tag me, 9 times out of 10, I probably missed the post. Now, I might sometimes spend a little time just liking on stuff and commenting, just because that increases the engagement. But I don't do what you call the Facebook scroll. This is why a lot of people don't like to get on social media because they're doing stuff that they know they don't need to be doing. Like, one time I was scrolling so much, I was on the Pope's page. I don't even know if he has a page, but he was talking about the Pope. I was like, what? I get here 30 minutes later, right? So don't get caught up in the scroll. Everybody say, don't get caught up in the scroll. Because that's not effective with your time. Now, why people don't use social media? First of all, most people are not sure where to post, right? Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, where do I post? I don't know which social media site I should use. Well, the great thing is if you learn the right tools, you can post to one and it'll post to all, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Also, a lot of people say not sure what to post. Well, a couple of great things to post. Like I said, you want to post pictures of you living life. Post accomplishments that are happening. Make sure you post a picture of you here. Do selfies. If I want to get to know someone, right, let me tell you what I do. So if I come into an event, typically even when I come to an event, I always have an objective of how many new contacts I want to walk away with. And generally my number is between 2 and 4. And when I mean contact, like somebody that we're going to build a rapport with, right? And so when I do that, kind of like what I did with Suzanne. Suzanne looks just like a friend of mine in Jordan. It's funny because she was standing out there and I walked, I was like, oh my God, hey! She was looking like, I swear to God, they look like twins, right? Her name is Kathy. And so one of the things I did with Suzanne is I sat over beside, I was like, hey, let's take a selfie, right? Let's take a selfie. And so I'll do that a lot. I'll go and find somebody and say, hey, I want to take a selfie with you. And what's your Instagram? Tag them, follow them. And now what are they going to do? They're going to look at it and look at my timeline and follow me back. And then on my bio, it's going to say, get my free ebook. They're going to sign up to get that too. Oh, it's ingenious. This is so simple, y'all. And you do it with the influencers. If you don't go in here and be taking some selfies with some of the speakers today and tagging them, because these are the people you want to meet, right? For me also, I'm very specific with who I connect with, and so I leverage social media in that way. So if I know, okay, this looks like a mover and shaker, that's who I'm trying to meet, versus trying to meet 100 of everybody, right? So you need to know the different things you want to post. Post pictures with other people. You want to post other great things like I might repost somebody else's post, right? You want to get attention of people? Do that too. Like if somebody reposts my post, promise you every time, 100% of the time, I always go check out their timeline and see who they are. All the time, right? Another thing is quotes. I have quotes that I make, right? And I post those all the time because that means when you post the quotes with your logo, people are going to repost the good quotes. Typically, people like to repost the negative stuff, like keep the haters away. You're like, yeah, girl, repost that one. But you know, that's just folks, right? Not sure what social media profiles to use. And like I said, guys, you want to use them all, but you definitely want to find one that works best with you. For me, I just love Instagram because Instagram, again, I can post to everything. Now, I also love using Periscope. I've made so many coins and contacts using Periscope. I love Facebook Live too. Facebook Live I like a little bit better now because you can go back and reply to people's comments. When I'm on Periscope, or if I'm on Facebook Live, I also do my best to do the same thing like I'm going to do with y'all and give away something. Especially if it's, a new number of people up there. If I get a lot of people on there, I'm going to give away something. Trust me. I'm the queen of text this number right now. I'm about to give y'all something for free. Because I'm trying to get qualified prospects versus going to talk to 100 people. You ever been to an event where somebody does the whole thing like, here's my card, where's your card? And walked away and got all these cards of people that are not even qualified. And the question is, are you even going to call them? 9 times out of 10, no. So I like to do stuff where I can qualify people. So even if I'm at a one-on-one, I'm with Henry, so I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, great. What's your name? Henry? Okay. Oh, nice to meet you, Henry. My name is Taurea. Awesome. So what do you do? Marketing. Nice. Pretty cool, right? Honestly, I really don't care. When you're networking, let's keep it real. Do we really care what the other person does? And some of y'all will say, no, I really do. No, you're trying to be able to tell what you do, right? But ultimately, what I am trying to find out is what we might have in common as well, right? That's what you need to learn how to do that. So, long story short, I'm going to get to know him a little bit, and then I'm going to say, hey, are you on Instagram? Sure. Yeah, okay, well, let's take a picture, tag you in it, and then I'm going to tag him in the post, right? So now I know that he's going to follow me because he's going to see all the great things that I'm doing, right? And then what I do is then I follow up with him. I'm going to check out, see what he's doing, and I can follow up with him to be able to now build even more rapport with him. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some of the stuff that you want to do. Now, 10 things you should post on social media. Here's some good stuff right here. Highlighting other people. Guys, there's one of my good friends, her name is Stacy Johnson. Stacy does a Winning Women Wednesdays where she highlights other women in business. Winning Wednesdays, that's such a tongue twister, right? But you can highlight other people. Hey, want to shout out this person right here. Want to shout out that person right here doing great things. When you highlight other people, it also shows your humility. People love to see other people celebrate other people. Do you know that?
Yes.
People love to see that. And so learn to highlight other people. Well wishes. There's another little trick that I do. So you know on Facebook it tells you who birthday it is, right? So this is when I have like some free time, especially if it's like 10 birthdays, right? So I go and use this tool called Canva. Canva. That's the one tool I'm gonna give y'all today. Canva. And I'll go and just upload a picture of mine and add some text that says, happy birthday, your friend Vision Avant. Hashtag Vision Avant, right? I don't put my website, I just put hashtag Vision Avant because I know they may search hashtag Vision Avant and then that'll pull up some more stuff that I've posted on social media, which will then get them to follow me, right? So now I have this picture, I download it onto my computer, and for the birthdays, guess what I do? I load it onto their Facebook page. Now, because you know everybody goes and they're nosy to see who else is wishing them a happy birthday. And they scroll to look, and guess what? Your picture pops out. Your picture. A picture of you. It'll pop out, and guess what they do next? Click on my name. That is, I'm telling y'all, try that trick and let me know how it goes. It is the arm, okay? And then they're gonna comment, thank you so much. And you know, if you go look at your timeline, you know how it says Taurea posted. I'm like, she posted on herself. That's okay, right? But that works like a charm. And the thing is, you only have to create one of those pictures. You don't have to create one for each person. You just create one picture and upload it to everybody's birthday, okay? A resource that you like. Now, for example, I know some of you guys said you're in health and wellness industry, right? Give me one of the products that you sell.